Yes, my people, welcome back to Crystal Palace versus Chelsea match preview. Now, before we get into the video, I just wanted to say something that I just saw on Twitter. And I saw a lot of people freaking out because Glasner, the Crystal Palace, Oliver Glasner, the Crystal Palace coach or manager, whatever you want to call it, was just sort of like he got asked if he thinks Chelsea are going to surprise him, obviously with the formation, the way we're going to play the game and whatever it is, the setting up and everything. And then he just replied, I don't think Chelsea are going to surprise us. And then he started going into the way we play, our formation changes and how we play Cucurella in the pocket, Malo Gusto in the pocket at times, and then how we also, made more attackers into the box. So sometimes we move from 3-2-5, and then sometimes we move from 3-1-6. So those were his words. So basically, people are now, obviously freaking out, saying, he knows our tactics, he knows what we're gonna do, but it doesn't matter. Like, I actually don't think it matters at all because I don't think there's a coach out there that doesn't know what the other coach plays. Like right now, I'm not even a manager, but I can even tell you how Crystal Palace play. Right now I'm not even a manager as well, but I can tell you how Arsenal play. The fact that Arsenal are good in corners doesn't mean that they're gonna win every game or you're gonna have to be scary for the opposition. Even though we know that they're good in corners, but you still have to find a way to defend that. And at the same time as well, it's all about execution. Like you can do your tactics, your formation, your overlapping, putting people in the pocket, deep block, whatever it is, but sometimes it all goes down. No, not sometimes, but every time it has to go down to the execution and the kind of a day you'll be having, because we have had games like this. We have had games where we know that this team is playing in our hands and then the other teams are not playing in our hands. So for me, trust me, um I'm not confident for the game only because of the form that we've been displaying as of lately. But in terms of Glasner, talking about how Chelsea plays and how he already know how we're gonna play, it doesn't bother me. But hey, like we always do, people, make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you haven't and like the video. Now, let's do the press conference reaction again, like we always do in each and every review. Now, there isn't much to talk about other than the fact that, we just discuss the glass sort of you know display of how he knows about Chelsea. Now we have a couple of injuries, the likes of Fofana and Badiashile. For Fofana, unfortunately, it doesn't surprise most of Chelsea fans, if not every football fans, right? But the fact that right now he might be out for the rest of the season might, or maybe he might come back at the back end of this season. Again, it's just we our backline. I spoke about our backline before, and I was saying we have really, really good players in our backline. We're talking about Malo Gusto, Reece James, Badia Sheila. We're talking about Fofana as well. These are really, really good players. And if you want to add more players to the backline, we can even talk about the bench heroes. They play in our backline. We have really, really good players if they're fit. Now we already know that the best ability is availability, right? Is it just it right? The best of the best ability is availability. Is it? Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is right. You are not useful to anyone if you're not available. You're only useful if you are available, if you can turn up. Now, we might have world class or potential world class players like the Reece James, Romeo Lavias, even the Fofanas. But if they're not playing, then they're not used to us. And hearing the news that Fofana might be again injured for the rest of this, that's his third season with three different problems. I think the first one was a knee injury, and then I think the second one was an knee injury again. Now the third one is a hamstring. So, and then obviously you got Reece James. It was the knee, then hamstring, and then hamstring, and then hamstring, and then a knee, then a hamstring. So at the end of the day, um, it doesn't feel good to hear this from a Chelsea fan perspective or point of view. But hey, what can we do? We just have to hope that we don't send Renato Veiga to Napoli because apparently they are also interested in having him on loan. Now, Renato Vega, yes, he hasn't been playing as much as he should have been, or as much as we might want him to play, but he's the kind of a player that he might help you in those positions because he can play as a left back. I know Cucurella has been really good on that position, but you can also move him to the central back, maybe with Colwill there, since Badiashile is out, or maybe with Tosin. I don't know. Even you can use him for rotation. You see, we just brought in this young star from Argentina. His name, we don't know about him, but obviously we know of him. Aaron Ansomino. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's a center back. And again, I think he's going to stay at Chelsea to help us, in those sort of positions where we have so many injuries. Now, let's look at Crystal Palace, because Crystal Palace, when we played them in the first leg, for me, it was one of the frustration games because I didn't think they were even at their best. I thought they were shit in that game. But then again, we scored one goal. We didn't really press for a second goal. And then at the back end of the game, which was like in 90 something minutes, they managed to get a goal and they equalized, and then we ended up getting a draw. But I thought that game, we should have won that game because we were the better team by far. We just couldn't find a way to like break them down and actually score a second goal to put ourselves in a safety zone. So this time around here, now Crystal Palace have gotten way better since the last time we played them, and as of Chelsea, we have dropped down our performance a little bit. So I'm a bit worried about that, but I'm still somewhat confident that we will get 3 points, only because we can't keep dropping points. We can't keep dropping points. Now we are playing away from home, so our away form has not been that crazy. Only the past, obviously, 2 games, which was the Everton and the Ipswich Town. Again, on Ipswich Town, you can say we were a bit unlucky with the decision making. I don't think that was a penalty. I thought we created enough chances to have actually put that game to bed, but we didn't. Again, that's part of football. Even when we go back to the Crystal Palace game we played, past couple of months ago, the first leg of the season, we we had some decision going, you know, against us. When you look at he should have gotten a red card in that game, but he didn't get a red card. So I mean, football is like that. Sometimes decisions go your way, and sometimes they just go against your way. Now let's look at the way they play themselves. Now we know their counter-attack team, they're a team that hits you in transition, and that's no secret. And they're also a bit physical with Mateta into the box. So we're looking into having a player like Tosin to have the best of his game, so he can actually go, man marking, or he can go toe to toe, or strength on strength with Mateta. I think they have similar height, similar strength. I'm not sure about the speed. I'm not sure about, you know what I mean. So I'm really hoping that Tosin can actually go head to head with Mateta. Now, in terms of their injury crisis, I actually don't know if Eza is going to be fit, and I also don't know if they have any important injuries. I think Wharton is still injured, and that's one of their really, really good midfielder. Now at the back line, you already know they've got Gay. Gay is a really good player. I love that player. I wish we could actually go for him this January window, which I don't think we will, but he's one player that we should go for, because he has got that experience and he's technically good as well for a defender. So I'm pretty sure he can fit our system quite well. Yeah, in terms of like our team, I'm just hoping for every player to just turn up, man. Last time I talked shit about Joao Felix, and fairly so, because I didn't think he had a good game. So hopefully this time around, you know, whoever plays, whoever started, I would go for Neto, not Madueke. I would go for Sancho. I think he's the only one on that left hand side. Who else? Midfield again. Lavia is still injured. We might see Reece James. I don't want to see Reece James as a left back. I want him, if he's gonna come, let him come as a right back. But again, I don't want to see Disasi as a right back. So hopefully Gusto will start, or Reece James. If you don't want to start 2 of them, give me Achimpong. I'm quite confident with Achimpong than I am with Disasi, if they're coming from a right back position. Now, if you're talking central position, that's a different sort of conversation. But even then, I'm not confident with Disasi, and I don't want to see him in the lineup. He might come on as a substitute, I don't care. But We need to kill this game tomorrow. If so, first half. Let's go, Chelsea. I'm going 3-1 again because I just know my team will concede a goal, and I don't know why, but my keepers always seems to allow the other team to score. So yeah, man, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.